Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is off this evening. We are starting off diving into new details surrounding the death at a construction site for the new hotel at the Spokane Tribe Casino. The construction company Swinnerton Builders says a formwork collapse occurred at that project site. They didn't offer any more specifics. No other workers were hurt. Swinnerton says they will work with local and state investigators to find out the cause of the collapse. OSHA also involved in the investigation. Casino management did not say how the collapse would impact the hotel project. We are bringing you team coverage tonight. Our Amanda Rowley spoke with a friend of the victim about who she was. But first, our Shannon Mowdy has been tracking this investigation all day. She is joining us now with the very latest. Shannon?
The construction site behind me has been quiet for hours. I've been here since about noon, and only periodically I've seen what I assume are investigators in yellow vests who are now working to piece together what happened to Anna Vetter. What was a busy construction site is now the site of an investigation into how a formwork collapse took the life of Anna Vetter.
She was a delight to be around, and she was inspiring to a lot of people.
Tony Edwards says Anna was new to the Spokane area, but already was becoming involved in the local carpenters union.
Volunteering her time helping out paint our meeting hall, the inside of our meeting hall.
Edwards says Anna was a strong advocate for the construction industry and a mentor to her sisters in the field.
She testified in Olympia in favor of a House bill that would have expanded apprenticeships to, or rather pre-apprenticeship programs to high schools throughout Washington state.
Swinnerton, the construction company working on the casino expansion where Vetter was killed, tells KREM 2 the site will be closed through the weekend so investigators can do their work. The company says that inquiry will take time, and it's not yet known if it'll cause delays in the project. More importantly, though, is finding out just what happened to Anna.
The membership has really been reaching out to us, and they want to do something, they want to help.
Carpenters Local Union 59 is holding a vigil Thursday night to honor and remember Anna and all she did to make a place for women in construction. Now here's the details of that vigil. It is Thursday at 5 p.m. at the Union Meeting Hall that is at 127 East Augusta Avenue in Spokane, and the public is invited to come and remember and honor Anna. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you very much. And here at KREM 2, we are dedicated to bringing you more to every story. Tonight, a friend who worked alongside Anna Vetter at the construction site shares how she inspired everyone she met on the job. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley continues our team coverage tonight with the friend's memories. Amanda?
Anna Vetter was the kind of person you wanted to have on your team. She was always with a positive attitude. She was a strong leader and passionate about being a carpenter. That is the legacy she leaves behind.
In the construction industry, you never know who you'll meet at a new job site. So it's nice when you find a familiar face.
There's so many people that I've met through this that are just, they're great.
Missy Barnaby says Anna Vetter became a familiar and friendly face over the years. They met in 2018 at the Women Build Nations conference in Seattle.
She was one of them that I really kind of connected with or was, hit it off with. She was nice.
And to their surprise, these two familiar faces ended up working together on the expansion project at the Spokane Tribe Casino.
We had our laughs, our stories and everything, and we always just had a great time. This might have been 2-3 weeks ago.
They became close, and that's why Missy's heart broke when she learned Anna died in the collapse Tuesday morning.
The confusion of everything that went on at that moment, and everybody, we were just all in shock.
She remembers the last conversation she had with Anna earlier that morning. She told Missy the crew is impressed by her work, a big compliment for a woman in a male-dominated industry.
I said, "You're a good carpenter. They really like you, and And she let me know. She let me know all of that. It made me feel good. It made me feel happy. Like, cool.
That's just who Anna was, always supporting fellow crew members and encouraging her union sisters to stick with it. Those last words of encouragement will be a memory Missy will always cherish from the familiar face she met years ago.
Now, this week is also National Women in Construction Week, and Missy tells me that the celebration of that week, it means something more personal for her now. She hopes to continue inspiring the other women that she works alongside, just as Anna had. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. And hours after the collapse, the victim's family called KREM 2 wanting to share more about their daughter as they search for answers. They say they just can't make sense of this tragedy.
He was barely able to talk, and he just says, I don't know how to tell you this. And he just said there was an accident on the job site where Anna was working, and she's gone.
Been screaming all day. The word is no, this could not possibly happen.
Nearly 8 hours after their daughter was killed, that Paul and Sandy said they still had not received a call from authorities or the construction company letting them know about Anna. Their future son-in-law was the one who had to tell them. For more of what that interview had to say and a complete look at our coverage on that collapse, just head to our website, KREM.com. Let's talk weather. We saw some snowfall earlier this week, and after a couple of days of sunshine, we could see another round of snow. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo for when that snow arrives. Jeremy?
Well, it arrives basically in the middle of the night and then continues through tomorrow morning's commute. For that reason, we have those winter weather advisories in place from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow. Widespread up to 3 inches of snow, and that includes Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, down through Ritzville and central Washington. What I think is more likely is a little bit of rain changes over to snow for central Washington, and we could see it start as snow as temperatures fall after dark here in Spokane. Notice 7 p.m. still falling in central Washington as rain. By the time we get into the 10 o'clock hour, we'll start to see that transition over to snow. Overnight, we'll see snowfall in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but notice this event predominantly stays in central Washington and parts of eastern Washington, then moving off to the north and dissipating as it does so. Notice it's basically done by the 9 o'clock hour, and then it's a few scattered showers thereafter throughout the day before our next round arrives late Thursday night. It's kind of coming in 2 waves. The first wave gives us upwards of 1 to 2 inches in Spokane, about that across much of the inland northwest, and that's just enough to make for a nasty commute. Coming up, we're talking big impacts from Friday morning's storm as well.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Jeremy, thank you very much. And breaking into our newsroom at this hour, a lockdown at 2 Cheney schools has just been lifted after students and staff were told that no one could leave the building due to a nearby SWAT standoff. We know at this hour a suspect has been arrested. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is at the scene tonight with the latest.
This SWAT standoff put both Windsor Elementary and Westwood Middle Schools on lockdown for a brief period this afternoon. That meant that no one was allowed to enter or leave the schools, and some parents had to wait in the parking lots to pick their kids up. Police went to a home about half a mile from the schools to arrest a man for multiple charges, including unlawful possession of a firearm and domestic violence protection order violations. Police say that man also had a Department of Corrections warrant out for his arrest. At first, police say he refused to come out, so the SWAT team was called in and they quickly surrounded the home.
Both based on the nature of the charges and investigative information regarding this individual led us to believe that there was a potential for this person to commit a violent act towards law enforcement or the community, and that's why the resources were utilized that were.
Police were able to take that man into custody without incident. These lockdowns were lifted around 3:40 this afternoon. No one was injured. Reporting in Spokane County, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Shoppers in Washington state could see some changes at Walmart starting next month. Tonight, we verify if the company will be removing plastic bags from its checkouts at all stores in the state of Washington. Currently, Washington already has a single-use plastic bag ban in place. Businesses are allowed to charge 8 cents for paper carryout bags. Tonight at 6 o'clock, I'll verify if and when that change could happen.